Kindred Vitae holds much to many of desire, and that is why so many are often drawn to it. There is much power in the blood, and that Vitae is now your essence. Everything you do involves your own Vitae. Every choice, every thought, it all involves the blood. Each of you have new Vitae running through your veins, different from the blood of when you once lived. And with that has its own history, its own properties, different from each other. Though you are siblings by birth, now things are different. And it has been, for the sake of our timeline, it has been a week, but we are going to do a bit of a go back in time from where you all saw each other. And now for you as siblings, you hold your own secrets, things that you keep close to your own chests, things that you wouldn't share with your fellow siblings. But on the other hand, you are a coterie, and there are things that you work together on. But that is the struggle of your unlife. Each of you lead your own unlives, but now, in some ways, your relationship as siblings stands on a house of cards. At this point, one would say those bonds are fragile, often broken. Your bond now is held together by a shared last name and a common hatred of your father. But the question remains, will we see destructive consequences of such dysfunction in a family and your own individual desires, bringing about a fracture in your coterie? Sorry, I almost choked on my own spit. I love when that happens. Where we left off with the coterie, we had Dorian's son, who had just recovered from the hospital, and Silas and Dorian once again questioning each other's motives. A visit to the Succubus Club remained mostly unfruitful. Perhaps the only positive thing that came from that was Willow getting to connect with a person she had previously met in the arts, Aluk. And after that time together as siblings, you all spent time to pursue your own interests. Except Val. No, Val, you spent time with your sire, Annabelle. Also, I don't know if the music is too loud on our end for me.
It is for me, yes.
Okay.
Apologies.
All good.
New song, gotta work out the kinks, you know?
Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I like this. Val, where we left off with you, you were at the Succubus Club, and you confronted your sire. Your brother Silas was there, but you confronted her in a way you had never done before. You asked questions. You demanded to know the truth and no longer live in shrouded secrets. You want to be straight with her, straight up. What secrets she's keeping about your family, what she knows about your family, what she knows about other ancient kindred. You met with, we're on the same team, want to be on the same team, but at the same time you were talking to your sire. And she made that known in an instant. And all you remember from what happened after that was you felt the need to follow her. She told your brother to leave and said you would be spending the next few nights with her. And that is exactly what you did. and what you are about to do. Annabelle takes you to her personal quarters at the Succubus Club. And you still feel the effects of her majesty on you as you sit and listen to her. She sits down and tells you to take a seat as well across the room, and you do. She grabs a glass of vitae, swirls it around. Val, I understand that it has been difficult. It has been difficult for you and your siblings. You want to know more. And it seems the four of you have found out more on your own, and as you should, because certainly your father will not be the one giving you the information, nor your uncle, nor perhaps any of your sibling sires, including myself. But perhaps it is time for you to know more. There is history. I'm sure you've heard enough of it. I'm sure you're sick of it. I'm sure you didn't ask for it. None of us did. And that's the burden we must carry. But where does our clan, where do we have a place in all of this? And the things happening with your family name? I know you talked to Cersei overseas. It is not I who carries the power, but the person that I answer to does. And she carries power, perhaps even beyond what your family has. And I think it's time that you become part of that and join us. Find your true purpose.
Am I able to speak?
You can, yes.
Obviously, I would be going with her wishes, but okay. What do you mean? Am I not already?
Where does your loyalty lie, Val? Is it with your siblings? Is it with your father? Is it with the city? Be honest with me.
I mean, my loyalty and my love, it goes to my siblings above any of those things. But, I mean, I suppose in the end, I'm loyal to myself. I just am having a hard time figuring out what that means right now. Or, I guess, since the last year.
Self-preservation is very important. Yes. What of your father? Do you think he has your best interests in mind?
No, not me or any of my siblings.
Despite him saying everything he does is to protect your family?
Actions speak louder than words.
Yes. Well, being loyal to yourself is the most important thing. Being true to yourself. That is the essence of our clan. And I want to make sure that you stay the truest to yourself. Perhaps make sure that nothing will harm you. No one will harm you. You will be safe with me.
Now you sound like my father.
But perhaps my actions will speak louder than my words. I will make sure that he doesn't hurt you. I will make sure that if anybody was to betray you, you would have a safety net here at the club with me.
What do you want? Some kind of agreement? A contract?
In a way, yes. Let's say we're not Ventrue, but I think we can do something a little bit more to show our care for each other.
I don't know if I assume Val doesn't really know what that means, or would she have any concept?
Just roll me an insight and wits, just to see what is going on with your sire right now, and what is she speaking of?
She's still being real mysterious. Okay. Roll. Oh, oops. Hunger. 1 hunger. I think I had 2 hunger. Sorry. I updated my sheet. Okay. 2 successes? Not a lot.
Yeah, she is being very cryptic still, but when she speaks of ways to show care for each other, you're getting the vibes that she definitely wants to do something here. And you, at this point, she stands up and moves closer to you. And she leans over to you and grabs your face and just kind of slowly caresses your chin and pushes your hair back. And it does feel nice. I mean, Annabelle is beautiful. She is the most beautiful Toreador you know. And in some ways, you feel a connection to her because she is the person who embraced you. Her blue eyes look into yours. And she extends her arm in front of your face, her wrist, and slowly pulls up the sheer sleeve of her dress. I want you to feed from me tonight.
What does this mean to you? I mean, besides everything you said, I mean, like, to you.
To me, this is everything. This is a show of love and devotion. This is, in some ways, what some would call a marriage. This is the essence of everything that we are. True passion.
And you'll guide me the way I need to go.
Always.
I think Val's face had kind of like fallen at love and devotion. Those are not words you hear a lot in the Lysander family.
It's true.
Even if it's what she feels among her siblings, it's still just not. They're not really ones for expressing that kind of thing. So, she does hesitate for a moment, but then she'll lean in to drink.
You do. You lean in and your fangs bite into her wrist. And this is the first time you've fed on another kindred. You've fed on plenty of kine and tasted their vitae. It's sated you well, but this tastes like some of the finest wine you've had in your previous life. It reminds you of when you were human and the nights that you would enjoy an evening with the people you love, just in complete happiness and ecstasy, that feeling of being free. And it feels good, but in a moment the freedom also feels caged, because you look up and you see Annabelle looking down at you. She smiles, and that smile, it is a smile that you can't resist. And as the wound closes from feeding, you can take a dot of hunger away, as that was a normal feed. And she smiles. Again, this is to make sure that you will be safe in my care. Val, I would like you to come back tomorrow night. You can stay here for the evening, as it is late and the sun will rise soon.
Is this something that I should not share with others? I mean, tell them about it.
For now, I think it's best to keep between us.
Okay.
But all will be revealed soon.
I'm trusting you.
She walks slowly back to where her velvet chair is and takes a seat. The two of you spend time this evening just in each other's company. She pours you wine. You sit in her room, just the two of you. No interruptions. Until the sun rises and you rest. I won't have you know what? Yeah. Rouse check. I want the rest of the coterie, you don't have to.
Okay.
But Val, I'm going to have you rouse.
I failed.
Okay, so you get hungrier.
Canceled out that blood I just had.
But that's all right, because you visit Annabelle the next night, and the same honeyed words she speaks to you of comfort and security, she continues to whisper those things in your ear. You once again spend time isolated. Normally, perhaps you would walk about the club and make sure everything's going well, but she wants this time to be between the two of you. Her door closes and you spend the time together.
We've never really we've had one-on-one conversations, but not really ever had time like this, right?
No, not like this. feels different. And this night, she once again outstretches her arm, revealing her wrist. And you think about that. You think about the sensation and feeling you felt from last night from feeding, and how good that vitae tasted. And you want to drink again, maybe?
I do.
And you do. The same feelings. The same wonderful taste that you've never quite tasted from any kind. And once again, you feel even more connected. And this night, Annabelle asks more questions about the nights that you had in Greece and the travels that you had. And the two of you share the stories, and you indulge her. She's not necessarily prying on looking for information, but more so just trying to understand and get a better grasp of your situation. And the night kind of continues and petters out at that. But she says the same thing. I would like you to come back tomorrow night, Val. You can stay here at the club.
Thank you.
And you do rest for the day, and the next evening arrives. You can rouse check again. I should say you slated another hunger from that last feeding, and rouse again.
Okay. I succeeded.
Okay, so you don't get hungrier.
Can you go down to 0 hunger from Vitae? Is it any different, or is that only?
No,
Okay.
same scenario. Only if you.
Right.
Um,
I'm not doing that. I can't. I'm sure I can't do that even if I wanted.
No, you're not Dorian.
Oh.
But
Dragon.
you arrive the next evening, and the same thing, in the same methodical way at this point, where it's just the two of you in the room together, alone, no visitors. Anybody who does knock, she quickly dismisses them. More time together in each other's presence. And her presence truly is something. It is, in some ways, you, like, maybe one day I will be like her. It's, you admire her. You want to be like her. Her goals are your goals. You are of the same blood at this point. So, of course. And now it's like anything she says, it's what you would want to. And the same thing. She extends her wrist to once again feed.
I was going to ask if, in exchange for Val giving her that information the night before, if she had revealed any new information, but I think honestly at this point Val is not thinking about that anymore. So she will continue entranced by her sire, and she'll feed again.
And you do the same thing. And this time, it's this blood, this vitae. It is the sweetest nectar of the gods, as some would say, in your own ancestry and Greek myth. This is what they longed for. This is what you were made for. This is why you were brought here.
That's all I've been looking for. It's a reason.
You've finally found purpose. It's not with your bloodline. It's not with the Lysanders. It's with the Toreador. It's with Annabelle. And now you truly feel connected as one. You are utterly entwined with your sire, and you don't know what you would be without her. And you are now
Uh-oh, she getting the book out.
and you are now bonded to Annabelle in a blood bond, in the strongest level of a blood bond. And what this essentially means for you, Val, and just for our audience, this is again something I would. If you do this in your own games, I do recommend you talk to your player before. I did talk to May before this to make sure, because it's a whole thing. But you are her thrall, and
I'm in danger.
you essentially want to. What her wishes are your wishes. And if you wanted to try to resist something of this bond, you would roll a resolve intelligence. And you feel that this is a very strong connection that you have. And there will probably be times it's almost like an addiction of some ways where you're going to want to feed from her again at some point. It doesn't have to be necessarily every night. But after some time, maybe like a week or so, you're going to feel like, oh man, that I want that taste. So you're going to potentially want to return to continue to feed. But you are now bonded to Annabelle.
Okay. Did I do anything on my sheet for that?
I don't think.
Sweet. Do
Yes.
what Annabelle wants.
Yes. Basically, yes.
Do what Mother wants.
Though there is a lore sheet for her
yeah.
in the Chicago by Night book, and I think I may give you extra dots in her lore sheet. I think I gave you her first dot thing, but now that you guys are bonded, I may give you more dots in her lore sheet.
Okay.
But Val,
Is she gonna send me away now?
that is the hard part, right? You've been enjoying these last 3 nights. The first fear that you had felt when her presence with your brother, it was a bit of fear and just like you did not want to defy her in any way. Now it's more, yeah, you're like a puppy who doesn't want to leave. And she now indulges you. Now that is done, I know that Cersei talked of powerful kindred that you learned of. And their presence is known in Chicago. There was a time, I know you've talked about this already with me, there was a event in history, in our kindred history, the fall of Carthage. And the history books would say that your family, along with other prominent individuals in the soon-to-be Camarilla, not yet formed Camarilla, the founding fathers, as one would say, of the Camarilla, they were the ones involved in the fall of Carthage. They were the ones that escalated it and made sure that there were lines kept between kindred and kind, that our masquerade would not be broken. And yes, of course, they did have a hand in it. Your family did have a hand in that momentous turn of events in history. But there's one thing they failed to acknowledge. That every kindred is always compelled by love, desire, and beauty. The Ventrue like to think that it's all about conquer and conquest, but behind closed doors, there's always somebody that they love and desire. There's always that person that they want to be with. And we've seen it in history. Beauty can change the course of an entire war. And that is exactly what happened with our clan. The beautiful Toreador, one of the first. She helped bring the fall of Carthage. It was her, behind the scenes, the one that wanted this all, that helped it all happen, not Lysander. Well, not all with him, of course. Her name is Helena.
Right, the daughters of Helena?
Yes. That is what you are, Val. Now, alongside me. We are her daughters. Quite literally, because my blood spans back to her blood. She is my sire's sire. So her blood is in your blood now, too.
An honor.
And I think she'll be able to help you in your current predicament with your family. And perhaps your family needs to be reminded of who was the one making moves behind the curtains. Not the Ventrue, but the Toreador.
How can I do that? What would you have me do?
I think a meeting is in order between you and your siblings. And perhaps we can negotiate what is to be done moving forward with your predicament of the ancient kindred dilemma that you must face. I would like you to go back to your coterie, your siblings, and let them know that they're invited to a meeting a week from now with a new neonate, somebody at your age. She's new to the city. Her name is Portia. And I think that the four of you would be a great introduction for her into Chicago. You can show Portia the ropes, show her around the city, and then maybe learn a bit more from this Portia about how you all can work together. So just simply invite your siblings to a meeting with a new neonate named Portia from Annabelle.
We'll do it here then.
Yes, we can meet here at the club.
Silas will love that.
And please make sure that they all arrive. No skipping out on any of the siblings. If this club isn't their scene, well, Val, you'll have to make it their scene.
I can do that.
Wonderful. I think the meeting with Portia will be quite fruitful, and if they ask any questions about this Portia, you will not reveal her true identity. She is Helena.
Oh.
But to you,
Yeah.
she's just a kindred neonate, new to the
Mhm.
city.
Yes, of course. Will you be there also?
I will be there to make the initial introduction, and I will leave you all to it.
Great.
And
I'll do it.
perhaps we can spend more time together sometime in the future, after all this is said and done.
Yes, if not before then, of course.
Yes. I'm very happy, Val, that we get to be this close.
Me too. I've never felt this way before.
Neither have I.
If vampires could blush,
You blush
Of
with life,
life,
just to
yeah,
blush.
right?
Yeah.
this is the blush of death, baby.
Yeah.
She'll, I will stand up and I will kiss her hand before I leave.
He smiles and looks down at you. Now, that is all for this evening.
Right.
If you do hear anything about, what's her name? Thea,
Cersei. Oh, Thea.
the one who's been missing at the club, let me
Right.
know, because I am worried about our client, and I am ready to rent her room out to Aluk if she does not come back anytime soon. He's been interested in finding some space at the club, so if she doesn't return by next week, I may give the space over to Aluk.
All right, that's only fair. I'll let you know.
Of course.
Thank you.
I'll see you, Val.
Val kind of like looking over her shoulder as she leaves. Close the door.
It does kind of hurt to leave. It's like when you're with somebody and you're in that like phase of like, oh my gosh, I just want to be with them all the
Oh
time.
my god. Are we long distance now?
And now you're in an LDR, and but she's not far. You can
Yeah.
see her again, but she did give you a job to do, and you don't want to let her down. So you leave the club and eventually make some time to get in contact with your siblings to meet with them. But before that, we cut to Dorian. Dorian, last we left with you, you asked Simone, the Tremere, to acquire some things from the Chantry. And it's been a couple of nights. It's been a couple of nights, and you, at this point in the timeline, I would say she was going to get back to you in a couple of nights. So you had the time with Caden,
Sure.
and you get back, and you meet with Simone. She actually comes to you at the office, and because she wasn't sure where else to go.
Sure. It's an easy way to find me.
And Simone pulls up. Hi, Dorian. It's been a couple of nights, but wanted to give you some updates.
Oh, Simone, it's good to see you. So what do I owe the pleasure of your company to?
Yes. And the two of you are in. She makes her way up to your office, and so the two of you are together alone. And you close the door, and she sits down. Well, I was doing some looking for some things for your brother. I was a bit concerned, about some of the things he's been doing.
Oh.
Yeah, and I thought I would bring it to you.
Oh well, I'm really glad that you did that. Of course, if something is wrong with Silas, I'd need to know.
Yeah, he's been doing some experiments, and I know he has his personal safe and stuff. I couldn't get into that because he's got some weird blood magic stuff on it that I don't want to mess with. But I do have some of his shared notes because we were lab partners, and
You were?
We were, yeah. It's a whole thing. I found some of his notes, and I wanted to share them with you. He's been working a bit obsessively on this one experiment that not many Tremere really do.
Okay.
This is going to sound really weird. Just bear with me for a minute. And she hands you some notes, and you look at it, and you don't really understand what it all is, but the one thing is and I meant to pull this up, the components of this particular spell, or blood sorcery. And 1 sec, I'm gonna pull it up really quick. Oh, nope, it's not here. It's a little concerning because you remember that your brother asked you for a pig's cadaver.
I
to
do.
get from the medical, to get from one of your medical experiment, like from Vital, and
Not a
also
standard request.
some other things. You see them all written out.
Say it.
Semen. This is like, say it. Yes.
Say it.
There's
Out loud.
pig's head, semen. And what's the last thing, Silas?
A dead man's toe?
A dead person's toe. And you're like looking at these components, and it's but everything else that's written here makes no sense to you. So
What does this... Forgive me, I'm not a scientist or sorcerer. Can you translate?
He has been building and was able to successfully build what we call a homunculus. And if you know of them in any studies or things you've learned, and might quite not be what they write about in fiction, but he's essentially been able to build a smaller version of himself in some ways. It's like him, and it acts like him and follows his commands, and it is part of him in some ways.
Okay. What is this? You said this is not a common...
No, it's
ritual?
It's in some ways it's actually impressive. It takes a lot of it takes a lot to do, and sometimes it doesn't always work the first time, and it's very powerful in some ways, but he did it. It worked. He created this being.
So it's what? It's like a little creature. It's a clone of him.
Not necessarily. It doesn't fully look like him, but it is
Their faces again.
my immersion. Every time. It listens to him and answers to him.
Oh, okay. So it's like a little minion.
It doesn't. It
It's
doesn't.
a-
Yes,
it's a
and
s-
it doesn't look like a person in some ways. It looks slightly deformed, and if it were to actually leave the chantry, Silas would probably be in a lot of trouble because if somebody saw that thing on the streets, the Camarilla, the sheriff would come knocking at Silas's door.
Dorian's like flipping through the notes. He's like, this is what he's been working on. This is all you found, and he's like shocked and little disgusted by by this, but there's no USB drives. You didn't find any.
I couldn't. No,
I don't know,
again,
CDs, floppy disks, anything.
he has a personal locker of sorts, but it's covered in blood magic that I do not want to. If I try to get through that, who knows what would happen? Could disintegrate me or something. I don't know. And I won't take that risk.
Okay.
But he and I have been working on a lot of spells together. Where we were working on one where I could make two people who are in love make sure that they're connected if they need to be. And there's other spells with a garden that, and there's a lot of things we've been working on at the chantry, but I guess that's all done now. Dorian,
Okay.
Look, I like your brother a lot. He and I we worked really well together. We were really great partners, and I think I was getting quite close with him. But the thing is, I don't think I can get involved with somebody with the family stuff going on, and I know there's a lot going on with your family, and I don't think that's for me. So I requested with our regent that I get moved to a different partner, so I won't be seeing your brother anymore.
What, are you leaving Chicago?
No, I'll still be at the chantry, but I probably won't really speak to him much. I'll be in my own lane, working on my own stuff, and we won't be sharing our spells and things like that anymore. It's just, that's kind of it.
Okay. I understand. It's just I am worried about Silas also, and I know you do care about him. These experiments, the way he's been acting recently. I mean, I think he's hiding something. I mean, do you get that sense?
He might be. To be honest with you, Deuceable, our regent, he assigned me to Silas to kind of spy on him a bit. And if there was anything that Silas was keeping, I was to report it back to UsulBard. But he's been pretty upfront with a lot of the stuff he's been working on. I don't know if he's hiding anything.
Okay. And you can see Dorian has started to check out of this conversation as he's looking over these notes. All right, thanks, Simone. I'm sorry things didn't work out with you and Silas.
Yeah. Well, if there's anything else you need from me, just let me know.
Thanks, Simone.
And she exits. And Dorian, you're left with this info.
And when she leaves, Dorian kicks his desk or slams the door behind her as she leaves, and he is distraught with having gotten nothing out of this from what he sees. I mean, the homunculus stuff is interesting, but it's not what he's looking for. And he is worried, very worried about not being able to come through on his deal with Caden. It's really all he cares about right now.
Perhaps there is only one other way to deal with that. And Willow, you think about that too. You also have a deal, something involving Caden that's been weighing on your mind these past nights.
Yep.
Is there anything that you do, and you don't have to, like after the few nights that you've had, is there anything you particularly want to do or follow up on, or are you just kind of like laying low for the next couple of nights?
Ooh,
Both you and Willow.
Dorian is going to be
Before-
kind of an anxious mess. I imagine he would want to reach out to Val, but
Okay.
probably wouldn't be able to find her, right? She's
been occupied. Yes.
Yeah. No, I think he'd be laying low and waiting for the family to get together again.
Okay. And then same thing for you, Willow. Is there anything you want to follow up on before regrouping with your siblings?
There is, actually. And maybe my new friends could help me, or maybe it will just be the boyf. But kind of thinking that, like, oh, we're going to be meeting up, you know, I should have something to present so people don't think I just fucked off for like a week, which I definitely did. So I better show up with something. And she's thinking very heavily about the visions she saw while she was in Greece and the paperwork they found, and how we had talked about there was, there were 3 kindred altogether that took down. There was a Toreador,
Yes.
a Malkavian, and a Ventrue.
Yes.
Which was, I assume, the hardest step.
Yes.
And Val is dealing with the Toreador, or finding out who that was. I figured maybe I could find the Malkavian one.
Okay.
So I could have information on that one.
Yes. I would like you to just roll me a investigation and intelligence.
Okay.
Or wits. Wits investigation could work too.
I would rather have... Here, let me clear that I would rather have a wits investigation. Yeah, that'll be a better roll. Click. There we go. 4 successes.
Ooh.
Oh, hell yeah. Let's go.
That is very good. So you do some quick research and digging, and even like kind of following your own network of Malkavians, and it leads you to go way back in the archives of your own history. And the way you do this is through visions. I would say, like, the way Silas researches is through books and study. The way Val researches is through socializing. The way Willow researches is through the web, the Malkavian web, and kind of having visions. And what you see is a Malkavian, an ancient Malkavian. You see them regal, a prince, a Malkavian prince. And you see them stand over an ancient city. It looks similar to many of the ancient cities that you've seen, but this one I would say with 4 successes, you're able to gather, and I'm just going to give you this information, is Syracuse.
That's their name.
Yeah, and
Okay.
the ancient city, I should say. It's the ancient city of Syracuse, like the
Oh.
OG.
Gotcha. Okay.
And you see them ruling over this city. And you see at their side 2 individuals.
Oh.
One is I'd say both are femme individuals. They stand next to him.
Okay.
And you see them together on a boat sailing toward a familiar city that you've seen, Carthage. And you see them at war, and you see this Malkavian in battle. And it looks like they take the head of somebody who turns to dust. And at that, the war ends. That sends a ripple throughout this. A signal for this war to end. And it all leads back to the Malkavian. And they return to those 2 figures. And the 3 of them sail back together.
Okay.
The name, upon looking deeper, the name of this prince is Alcius. Alchias. And that is the info you gather with 4 successes from this vision of this Malkavian.
Huh. That's pretty good. Oh, hell yeah. I didn't fuck off for a week.
And
I'm the only one who didn't eat
last but
Whoa,
not
whoa, whoa.
least, whoa now, Silas, is there anything you wanted to do before, any last things you wanted to do before reconvening with your siblings, where you had last left off?
Silas would have, after what happened in his previous episode, and talking with his sire and everything, he would have talked to Deuceable.
Okay.
And just, told him what Aisling said, gave him those details, not the nitty-gritty stuff with, like, Alan and the Hakata and stuff like that, but just gave him the details that Aisling wanted to give him.
Okay. You do inform him of the things Aisling told you, and Deuceable kind of recognizes the information that you now know. And basically that you're in this with him. And you guys actually, for the first time, he extends a hand to shake. And you shake your regent's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And take your leave from the chantry.
He also would have brought up Fisher King as well, like that whole conversation.
Yes, yeah, that's what I figured.
Yep.
The last thing, he tells you that his ritual and the things that he's been working on, it is not complete. He's not perfected this ritual. But he anticipates in the coming nights that perhaps it will finally be complete.
But yeah, no, Silas would go back to his lab and just... He hasn't left. He's staying at the chantry. He's not going home. He's being a little brooding boy in his lab by himself.
The empty desk next to you is a stark reminder of your loneliness. But not completely lonely, as Silas III returns by your side and
Fucking raisin.
Right.
and hands the readings that he recently did to you, and you see the progress he's made, and it's significant.
You're doing very well, Silas. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
What would you like to do tonight?
I want to see more.
Let me see what I can do. And, is there, like, a roof or something to the chantry?
There is a roof. You know that there's like a stairs access that you can go up, and I guess it technically does go to the roof, but nobody ever really does.
And he would open it. And just let Silas III... They wouldn't, like, go out onto the roof, because, prying eyes, but, like, open the door and, like, stay within, like, the stairwell, and, like, that's the sky, those are skyscrapers. Just give him a little piece of the outside.
You watch him kind of take in the air. He kind of closes his eyes and like extends his like head out.
Like a dog when they get a fresh sniff.
Yes, exactly. He hasn't felt fresh air before. He's been stuck inside the musty Tremere chantry. Okay,
It's not musty. Okay,
I bet it's crusty and dusty.
It's got books and it's got old books. Okay, that have like the humidity and stuff. Like it gets all musty and old. So yeah, they got some air fresheners in there, but you can't get rid of that old book must.
Yeah, I love that smell.
So yes, he really does enjoy this a lot. And yeah, you spend some time with Silas III before you do take your leave for the evening before the day rises. And we bring us back to the present day. All the stuff that has happened these nights in between, the things that happened in your solo time, which you can watch if you missed it, everybody, to see what happened during their solo time.
Twitch.tv/MagiRPG.
Or
exactly.
YouTube.com.
Or YouTube.
MagiRPG.
You can watch all the solo sessions. But now, for this evening, I would like you all to rouse check.
Little Rousey Poo, a little
Oh no,
success.
I'm suffering without mother.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I don't know how to live
No GF.
or unlive.
No bitches.
No GF here.
What
I'm
do I do by
savage.
myself? She's not here to feed me.
Oh. Girlfriend not here to feed me. Guess I'll die.
Guess I'll die.
What's everybody's hunger at?
2.
3.
2.
Oh, I'm at 4, brother. What
Oh,
the fuck?
oh,
Why did I
hungry.
see fail?
It's always Willow.
I was working hard.
I'm kind of tired of passing my rouse checks. This is
All
like-
right.
Yeah,
All
no,
right.
I'm just
Alright.
go crazy.
I'm
lose your
just
mind.
always drinking, I guess.
Just don't you ever just want to go ape shit, Dorian?
And it's been quite a few nights since you've all seen each other, and this isn't uncommon for you all to spend time on your own. But you do know, like, as siblings and as a coterie, it makes sense that after like a week or so, you usually find time to reconvene and see each other. And where would you all want to meet on this night? Probably wouldn't be the club, wouldn't be your family home. Could be the office, could be Dorian's place.
The art gallery.
I
Could
got
be,
my gallery.
It could be Willow's art gallery that none of you have, except Val, have seen, really.
Probably
You guys haven't
finished
been to
now.
the gallery?
Oh, my God,
Oh,
you haven't
I
been to
must
my
have gone at some
snazzy
point.
I've been like
little
4
gallery?
times.
Maybe I
It's real
didn't go.
cute.
Can we make
actually-
feeding rolls?
Yes, you can.
Can I have a little doink?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can
and
I
it
get a
has-
snack to go?
I was gonna say yes. It has been a while since you all have fed, so you can make your regular hunting roll, which if you click on your right under your character name, you'll see your feeding type, whether it be siren, scene queen, extortionist, and you will see the predator pool. It'll tell you what you have to roll for that to see how you feed.
I'm not gonna roll.
Okay.
I don't want that crappy blood now.
Yeah, you don't want that.
4
yeah.
successes.
Now
That
that,
nasty shit now.
now that you tasted the fine wine, 4
I
successes.
ain't about that $2 chuck, okay?
I have a 3 success.
3 successes.
3.
Okay. And Dorian, are you gonna feed as well?
Yes, and I have 3 successes.
Okay. Is there anywhere particular? So you all succeed in that you are able to feed without any issues. Is just for general flavor and flair, is there any particular places that you all would feed for this evening before you meet with your siblings? I'll let you describe. Silas, I know you just pull from a bag unless you feel like you want something else. You're a bagger, so
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe checking at the hospital and then just do a little snatch and grab or some forged paperwork, either or. Because Streetwise Black Market is, that's his intelligent Streetwise is bagger. So
yeah.
something with a little illegal dealings maybe.
You have your people, and you know not to make it too much of a habit because then people start asking questions, but
Correct.
you kind of go to different people each time.
It is quite nice to go to a lot of kindred high echelon parties where they serve vitae. So
Yes, that it does help you a lot. You have many advantages as a rich Lysander, and that one, yes, you go to a lot of parties where you can just be fed vitae from a goblet, but also it's not hard for you to pay off people to not ask questions if you
Mhm.
have to. It's not something you want to do, but
No.
you can do it if people ask questions. What about you, Willow? Is there where in particular would you be feeding this evening?
Probably on the way, like maybe gets out of, like, she has Lucas stop the car a little ways off and she walks the distance, because I feel like also her method is she's a cute little goth girl walking in a downtown area. Somebody will say something.
Mhm.
Someone will make a comment. Someone will look. That's
And
just
then-
how it goes. And those are always the ones she gets.
Yep. And eventually there is some like college, probably
Yeah.
like 20-year-old like guy or boys, essentially like a whole group of guys that are like, hey, you know, and they're like,
She
oh,
says,
cute
Yeah,
skirt.
you don't want to drink that. You don't want to drink that.
They're like, that's a cute skirt. Where'd you get it? Hot Topic. And
And that's why they get got.
Maybe-
Because they
maybe-
insulted her.
Maybe kill that one.
yeah.
They don't know that this is custom made for me. They don't know. But yeah, it's just truly a goes over, totally unarming, like, thank you so much for that compliment. Oh my god, I could tell you one moment. Here, I can show you. Watch.
And he like looks, he's like, and like he's like, oh yeah.
And then it's yeah. And then it's a nom 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 nom.
And when that happens, the tides completely turn. Like Willow is the one, like, and he's the one who's in a momentary panic, like going down a dark alley.
Now who's the alpha?
Yeah, exactly that. And it
I'm the
changes
captain.
completely. And you feed from him. You are at hunger 4, and technically you do have to roll to resist frenzy.
Oh boy.
And
If
it
you
is
kill him, it's okay.
It is not as difficult as if you were at hunger 5. So, just roll me a roll me a willpower check. Which I forget how to do that on this character sheet. If they have it, I think they have it.
Yes, click on willpower, and then in the little side box on the right, it will say roll willpower at the top.
Oh, I see it right there. Okay. I have 1 success.
Oh, she getting spicy tonight.
You can willpower reroll.
Tracy's like,
"I don't want to."
please. Please, I'm begging you to willpower reroll.
Please willpower reroll.
Please. You know what? Why not? I've got, yeah. Oh, yeah. Why not? Let's, we'll do that.
Good thing I tabbed.
2 success.
Oh no.
Killing it.
Murder time! No one
It's
will
murder
miss them.
o'clock.
God damn it.
I love to have a little murder.
I love a casual murder on the way to something else.
Taste of blood while at hunger 4 or higher. The difficulty's 3.
Ah!
Look,
Oh, I guess I'm
people,
murdering.
I guess
I'm
it's time for
following the
murder.
rules, everybody. Okay,
Look,
everybody in the
I'm
audience.
okay with the second murder.
Yeah.
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 Sorry. I'm not
yeah.
sorry.
You know what, Willow? You are in a mood tonight. You know this
Truly in a
guy,
mood.
and it's just one of those guys that just is like, maybe the world would be better off without his stupid ass comments that he makes. How many other people have had to hear these stupid comments? And so you feed and you feed a little bit more and you feed a little bit more and you're like, okay, you know what? I'll drain this guy a little bit. But then
You know what?
you're not
Kill him.
you're not thinking you want to take it to this level. You're like, look, I'll feed a little bit more off of him. I'm hungry. But that's when the beast tells you, feed more, 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 drain him dry. And you keep going and you keep feeding.
Yeah.
And he loses consciousness and then he loses a pulse. And he is completely desanguinated.
Hell yeah.
Willow.
All right. So my hunger goes down to 0.
Your hunger goes down to 0. You are completely and truly sated. It's been a while since you felt this way. The beast is happy for a second,
So
and
nice.
it doesn't pang at you constantly in the back of your mind. The whispers even die down. You are at peace for a moment.
Oh, the
That's all-
whispers stop?
The whispers stop. The whispers, they're not completely gone, but they are so faint that you don't have to deal with them on this night.
Oh.
Your beast is sated. And this man lays in front of you, dead. He was with a group of guys. They looked like they were going to a bar down the road. So they're not like waiting for him around the corner. But those guys are at whatever bar. I guess they're 21, everybody. Okay, I said they were 20-year-old guys. They're 21, okay? They're fresh at the
21.
bars. We don't promote underage drinking here. On Magic RPG.
Just murder.
Just murder.
Not in the
Just
world of
murder.
darkness.
What
That's a step too
murder?
far.
What murder?
Just murder.
I mean, I was already down an alleyway. There's not really anyone out. I will let Machiavelli down. Do a perimeter check. Make sure there's nobody around.
Machiavelli scurries down and you watch him do his work. He goes around the corner. He comes back. He goes around the other corner. He comes back. You see him and he taps you twice.
Is that no or yes?
That is a yes. And
Coast is
then
clear.
yes, the coast is clear.
Okay.
And you see him kind of like nudge toward one alley that seems like maybe he thinks that's the better route to go.
Okay.
Rather than going back on the main street.
I assume since I am a kindred, I have the strength to drag this man.
Yes, you would be able to. You can grab him and drag him if you need to.
Okay, I will. Down the way that Machiavelli's on lookout duty.
Okay. Machiavelli patrolling.
Yep.
Where would you like to drag him? Back to your car?
I was thinking like a trash compactor.
Yes, a trash compactor.
Yeah, it's a city, right?
You have humanity
Yes.
7.
Oh shit! Yes. By the way, Willow, you have to take a stain.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
We
Right.
will roll remorse at the end of the session to see if you lose a humanity. So you're looking for a trash compactor around,
Or a big trash can.
or a big
Like
trash.
a big, you know,
There
those
is
city trash.
Yes, there is a big. You do see a big
Something
like
there.
dumpster essentially on one of these alleys. It looks like it belongs to a business, but there is a big dumpster.
Let's see. How did they identify people? Teeth, fingerprints?
Yes.
Faces.
Oh my god, is it too fucked up to maul him?
I mean, how do you feel? You just killed a guy.
The voice
How
has
do-
stopped.
It
Feel
almost.
good.
Yeah.
Feel normal for once. Oh no. That's losing someone.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh no,
That
that's
doesn't
probably
sound
not
like Humanity 7.
Willow,
going
just
down.
roll me just also an intelligence. Intelligence and resolve.
Maybe Jacques had to do this once for me. Maybe he told me what he did.
Yes, he does have a whole process for his oopsie-daisies.
An intelligence and what?
Resolve.
Resolve. Oh, just another day on the job being a Lysander. 3.
3 successes. From what you remember, yes, Jacques did mention that, like, you usually have to get rid of the bodies where they don't find them, because if they do, there's a lot of questions. Like, the whole desanguination, like, no blood in their system, usually raises a lot of questions. So, you know, you have to take the body and completely get rid of it somewhere, like, destroy
Okay, so I'm
it.
gonna have to take it to my gallery then.
Yeah.
Okay, well then I'll just have Lil Maki ahead of me, and he can give a squeak if, you know, when coasts are clear.
Roll me a strength and stealth. because Machiavelli looks around and the coast does look clear. It's a pretty short path to the car, and you might be able to pass this off that you're just carrying like a drunk guy to the car,
Yeah.
depending on how well you do.
All right.
The
let's
short
do
little
this.
woman carrying a grown man's body to the car.
Hell yeah.
That's
And
my
her
buff
big-
goth GF.
And her big old demonias. Yeah, you bet. That
She
now
looks too
make her,
scary
like-
for you to inspect it closer.
Yeah, now she's like 5'5" with her demonias. Hold up. 4.
4 successes.
I'm strong. I'm strong, goth girl.
You are able to pull this off so that if there are any people, bystanders that are looking from afar, the coast does look clear, but if anybody was to see it, it just looks like you kind of like pulling a passed out guy who drank too much to your car. You kind of heave him in, haul him in, and
Lucas.
you have tinted windows, and so you close the door, windows rolled up. Lucas looks back and you see like a little sweat drop down his neck, like is he
Totally gone.
oh gosh, okay. Where would you like me to take you? We have some large duffel bags in the back,
Oh, perfect.
so we could go to the art gallery and make it look like a shipment, put them in a box and duffel, and new shipment arrived.
Oh, that's a good idea. And then if there's, if I can keep him in the duffel probably for like a day, but then he'll start to smell. So if Dad has any like, construction sites right now, do you know?
We do have the new hotel going up.
Oh, perfect. Are they laying cement?
Yes, they are. It just started. The foundation's barely down, so that might work.
Well, then let's just do that.
All
How
right.
long could that take?
We could make a quick stop.
Oh, yeah, we can make a quick stop. Look, I'm usually fashionably late anyway. Nobody's gonna think anything of it.
I'll try to drive as quickly as I can.
But safely.
Yes, of course. And
I give Machiavelli a cheese for being very good.
Machiavelli,
Here you go.
his whiskers and nose twitch, and
You did good.
you drive off with this body to the new hotel being built in River North. And you stop by, and one thing you observe about this hotel is that it is, when you look at like the little like deed, that tile deed that about it being built under construction, it's under the name Lysander, but also co-owned by Van Buren. You see the last name Van Buren at this hotel.
Is that normal?
That is not normal.
Writing that down. She probably literally does write that down. Pulls a little note. What the hell?
And
Van Buren? Who the hell is that?
and you are able to. I'll like kind of, we can expedite this of what you're, but you are able to successfully bring
in
the
the
body, put it in the cement. There are some construction workers. There's not a lot because it's the evening and they don't really work at night. But you're able to put it in the cement and kind of put the cement over it, so it's not
Yeah,
seen.
she'd make sure.
Yes. And it probably takes you like over an hour to do this.
How late am I?
You're gonna be an hour late
Okay.
to this meeting. And
Sometimes things happen.
Wait, are we going to her gallery? Can we get in if she's not there?
You
It's-
are. You all
know.
did agree to meet at Willow's gallery, and you're waiting in
stuck
the lobby
outside.
for an hour. At least it's a nice lobby.
It is a nice lobby.
It's got couches. It's got a attendant at the lobby, who is like a security attendant. But you guys are just waiting for an hour. And Silas, you show up.
We're going to the bar.
Dorian, Val, the three of you show up.
You
Is-
know
is
Dorian wants to go to the bar.
Is there a point where you're
the
like,
bar next door.
Willow's not here, like let's go somewhere else, or you just stay and wait? Is my question.
Is this normally a Willow thing? Do we just assume she's gonna be late?
Willow is usually late, but like an hour, it's like we got shit to do.
Maybe 30
Dorian would have
minutes.
suggested
Yeah.
going out
Honestly,
to a bar
I was
because he
gonna
would
say
have.
if it's 30 minutes, that's enough time for a drink if we are used to that.
Also, Dorian would have probably showed up already a little tipsy from his feeding.
I love it.
Yes.
He
Sorry,
said, I'm
Dorian.
already
Oh
drunk.
yeah, tell us more about that.
I forgot to ask Dorian what your feeding was like.
Oh,
we got distracted
we
by
had an
Willow's
oopsie daisy,
killing.
yeah, right?
Sorry, Oopsie Daisy.
Just had to murder someone real
Yeah.
quick.
Sorry,
Yeah.
the murder was distracting.
I was thinking that Dorian had a meeting, kind of a later meeting as they tend to be now, with another medical group company that is that they're trying to buy for the blood banks that they're acquiring. And the negotiations weren't going well, and at the end Dorian said, "You know what? Let's just go out for a drink. We'll settle we'll pick this up tomorrow. Let's just have a good time." And he plies the group with alcohol, and by the end of the night, the one guy that was really holding up the negotiations, he pulls him aside and says, "Hey, I've got something a little bit more fun to party with," and going around the back of the club, and he is going to feed on him. And when he finishes, he's going to say, "And you know what? You are going to give me those shares at 10% of the price we agreed upon," and he's going to send him on his way at the end of the night.
And sure enough, he says, you'll get the email first thing on Monday. And he stumbles off. And yes, Dorian, you definitely feel the effects of the vitae that you just drank. And this is normal not normal, but this is something you do pretty often. And you did a bit in your previous life as well. You sometimes took some drugs and did things to just kind of take that stress away from the day-to-days of your job and your father. And it does feel kind of nice that even in your unlife, you can enjoy those vices in your own way.
Mm-hmm.
So, Dorian, you show up, and the two of you, Val and Silas, you can tell when he has that glossed look. He's been indulging in something this evening. And the three of you...
But I could go for another drink.
You couldn't wait for us, Dorian?
Just a little pregame.
I can just go back to the chantry. She's not showing up. She's not showing
She'll
up.
be here in like 20 to 30 minutes. You know the drill. You'll have to turn right back around once you get there.
But the rest of us aren't good enough for you. The two of us can't hang out if the whole family's not here.
I'm very busy.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
With what? She asks very genuinely, she genuinely is interested in knowing the answer to that.
Various things at the chantry. Plus, it's not safe to be just sitting around.
Right, we should go inside.
We are inside.
Oh. We are?
You're in the lobby.
the lobby?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh.
Is there anyone else here?
Just the
That's the suit.
attendant, the security guy there's like a front desk with the security guy there.
We should go
Mhm.
inside where there's other people to cover us, is what I meant.
And then when Willow gets here and she doesn't know where we are,
I mean, that's usually where we are. She knows the drill too. And we'll come back after we...
We'll
I don't know.
leave a note with security, and they'll tell her where we're at.
Or I can just wait here for her.
Fine, we'll wait here.
Okay, let's wait.
Do you want to be any less vague about chantry stuff that you're doing?
You wouldn't understand it.
Try me.
Really? Complicated stuff, I guess.
Very complicated, yes.
Okay. Have you eaten recently? Getting kind of a little bit of a grumpy vibe over here.
I'm feeling good.
I'm glad.
Glad that you're grumpy?
No, I'm glad that Dorian feels good.
Yeah, I was asking about you too.
Yes, I ate tonight.
What's wrong?
There's just a lot of stuff wrong, Val, and I really don't want to get into it.
Okay. You sure a drink wouldn't help?
Positive.
Okay.
Aren't you too worried that Willow's missing and
Missing?
It's been 30 minutes. It's not like she
I'd
hasn't
be
been
worried
here
if she had
before.
showed up on time, actually.
well, there's just a lot of shit going around the city, okay?
Okay. Do you want to go look for her?
Where would she be? If not at the gallery. We're not driving to fucking Gary.
I don't suppose well, would we know her cell phone number? I feel like we might, because we could.
You
couldn't-
definitely have it. You
Yeah,
was gonna
because
say,
we
could
could
we
we could go
call-
use the phone at the front desk or something. Like we just need to ask them nicely, not grumpily.
She shouldn't
And we
have.
can call her.
You would have her number, yes.
Yeah. Well, do you want to make sure she's okay or not? I don't know
Fine.
what you want out
Do
of
you-
this. It seems like you just want to be upset no matter what we do.
And maybe I do. Maybe just let me brood.
I'm not worried. I'm not going to bother the nice front desk person yet.
Can you call Miss Lysander, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll go over and give him. I assume. Oh well, no. I guess they might have her numbers, and she's got a property there,
Yeah.
so they probably can. I don't need to give it to her or them.
So
Can
do
we
you,
take the intensity down a notch, Silas? Like, what is...
Val, are you calling Willow or are you letting the security person do it?
No, I'll let them call it. Val's
Okay.
just chill. She's not. I'm not
Okay.
worried about her at this point because
Okay.
it's about the average time that she's late. So and if Silas isn't gonna be happy either way, I'm not gonna make the extra effort.
Willow, you do receive a call from, this is the front desk of the art gallery. I think your siblings are inquiring about your arrival.
Oh, I wasn't sure if they were going to be there. On time.
Smoothing over concrete with one hand on the phone.
Interesting. Well,
No,
yeah, literally-
that's what her driver is doing.
Yeah,
she's just on the phone.
I'm like standing there, and Lucas is like spreading concrete.
Yeah.
and Machiavelli's
Yeah.
watching. Oh, well, I mean, it's gonna be a good 30 minutes before I can get down there. If you would just tell them that.
30
Yeah,
minutes.
I'm stuck in traffic.
Traffic, yes.
It's
all
pretty
right.
bad.
I will let them know. Thank you.
Of
Uh,
course.
She says estimated time 30 minutes stuck in traffic.
There you go.
Oh, that's
Not a
right.
lot.
Fucking Lollapalooza this weekend.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I heard Stray Kids did an amazing job. Should we? I mean, surely they've got a key. They can. Can you just let us into the gallery, please? We'll just wait for her there, so we don't have to bother you anymore.
He calls back. Would it be all right if I gave your siblings a key to the gallery? Oh, you're muted.
Oh yeah, you can let him in. Traffic is wild. Beep beep beep. Crazy.
He hangs up. Yes, sorry, just protocol. I have to check. So he hands the keys to the gallery for you guys to head up.
All right, well, better to be broody and looking at art then. Let's go.
Let's go.
Wait, have you've been to her gallery, right? Both of you?
No, I have not been here. No, not since we came and scouted the place.
Oh, well, maybe it can get your mind off things, and I'll push the elevator button.
You all ascend up the elevator to Willow's art gallery, waiting the next 30 minutes for her arrival, stuck in traffic.
Silas casts Sense the Unseen.
You don't see anything.
Okay.
Unless Willow, you're secretly keeping some like Nosferatu or something in the corner.
Nothing's there that he would see.
Actually, Silas, where are your brother's bones?
At the chantry.
Okay.
Oh, right, we still need to do that, huh?
Yes.
Then you see nothing.
All you see is this amazing art.
Yes.
You gonna have this this attitude all night, Silas? You gonna be sulking all night, or are we gonna actually be able to talk?
We can talk. I can sulk and talk at the same time, Dorian.
He usually does, in fact.
I'm quite good at it.
Before we get into that, we will take a break. As I know,
It's break time.
It's gonna. I was like,
Oh,
oh
you
boy.
mean before we start
I was like,
yapping?
they about to get
Things
into
are about to
it.
happen.
You know what? I was like, oh boy. Let's take
Go
a
get your
break.
drinks.
Everybody, get yourselves a drink. Get yourselves a snack. We will be right back, and when we return, we will have all of the siblings reunited to chat and discuss things. So be right back, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back in 10.
This time on No Latency Side Quest, there's blood boiling at the glass market.
1,000 eddies?
And it's not just the prices that are raising a fever.
Would you mind taking care of that?
It's time for a diagnosis.
I've never seen anything like this before.
Joined by guest stars from Magi RPG, Chris Stormbeard,
Hi, Vivi, I'm Saw.
and Dan St. Jimmy Twin.
My name is Scabbard.
Vivi, maybe we should step away from the man.
Blood running in the streets isn't a good prognosis.
I don't know, we should help them.
Help them?
There are people hurt.
Something is boiling in the veins of Night City,
Last requests. You got cat food?
and things aren't looking good.
At the glass market of all places.
And although they only came to shop at the market,
You wouldn't happen to be selling those cat ears, would you?
Iona and Vivi better hope their friends can deal with the blood.
Oh, that was awesome.
Because tonight, it's gonna get messy on No Latency Side Quest, Bomb in the Blood.
Didn't you get shot? It's only a flesh wound. It's fine.
We return, everybody. Welcome back. And we'll pick up right where we left off with our four kindred together. Not our four, our three kindred together.
What for?
Waiting for Willow to arrive. And the heat was beginning to start a little bit as Dorian poking and prodding at Silas a little bit. And that's when you hear the elevator ding. And Willow, you do arrive. It was a little under 30 minutes, actually. You made some good time. It was probably like 20, between 20 and 25 minutes that it took you to get to your siblings, to the art gallery.
She has a little
And-
notebook out when she arrives in.
You see your sister finally arrive.
I'll go give her the usual hug greeting.
Yes, yes. Get a little hug.
I'm not saying
Willow-
anything about her being late. I'm just like, nah.
Willow, what state is your art gallery in at this point? Is it
Wait.
is it done?
Also, do you have blood on you? Like, what does someone look like after
Yeah,
they
I was gonna
murder
say,
someone?
do you have concrete on your knees? Like,
Oh, I didn't do any of that myself.
No,
I
but the blood.
I supervised.
Did you
maybe
type
a little.
it out?
There might be a little.
Might be a
on
little bit.
Willow.
Okay. But like that could be from a normal feeding. It's not like
Yeah.
distinct. Okay, cool. Then yeah, just normal greeting.
Yeah, Willow, what does your art gallery look like at this stage?
It is almost complete. Most of the art is up, and the style is very dark Gothic surrealism. It is if anyone has ever seen one of my favorite paintings, The Nightmare by Henry Fuseli. Very, very, very good piece of art.
Look it up.
Look it up. It's called The Nightmare. It
Yeah,
is
that one's
very
great.
much that style. It leans very heavily on their vampiric nature. There is lots of very tasteful blood and gore in her art. She makes death look very beautiful. And they probably just installed all the red lighting that is supposed to be cast on this art. But there hasn't been an actual showing yet. So it's ready to go, basically.
It's ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is kind of what you guys, this is your first time seeing it, and probably, Val, you've probably seen it basically ready to go at this point.
I've at least seen a lot of the art, but maybe
yeah.
not as prepared.
But it does look very nice to all of you to see something that your sister has been working on and bringing together. And you watch her walk into the room kind of in her element. And the four of you are back together.
Sorry I was late. But
that's
also,
okay.
you know, what can you do? Lollapalooza this weekend.
Honestly, I don't know why we don't just tell you an earlier time at this point. You'd think we would have learned.
It's true.
Right.
Though, to be fair, I did have another reason.
Okay.
A
Has her
valid
little
reason?
notebook. Oh, it's valid.
Okay.
I was snooping on Dad.
Oh,
Oh.
bold.
Okay.
I know.
Well,
Do any of you know who the Van Buris? She says, very confused.
Yeah, that's
Do you know?
that's Sierra.
Dorian, you would know the name too. You just were at a party welcoming her to the city.
Oh.
Silas's.
We're all three of us. We're blood dominated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sierra Van Buren is your dad's squeeze.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've met her, Willow.
Is she the one?
Yeah.
Well, I was out at one of the, the new hotel that Dad's putting up.
Sure.
I was out there.
Why were you at a
Snooping.
construction site?
It's part of the snooping. She holds up her little notebook. Look!
Yeah. it's
You gotta go
snooping.
places where he won't expect. You know Dad would never be at a construction site.
No, but his goons would.
I don't care about the goons. That's what I have Machiavelli for.
Her bodyguard.
The three of you, roll me wits and insight to Willow's story. And Willow, you can roll me. You have ingenue, so I think you can get a little. You get a bonus this, so it's going to be hard for them. You roll me a
Save me, please.
manipulation and subterfuge with a additional die for your ingenue.
Don't you have like 4 in manipulate? Aren't you a good?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you guys can maybe try to
ridiculous.
read into her story, but it's gonna be difficult.
Ingenue really. So Ingenue says I can add 2 dice rolls.
Oh yes,
two
add
Gosh.
2
Oh,
dice.
I rolled all successes possible, and I still think I'm gonna lose this.
Look, Ingenue is perfect. You look completely innocent and blameless. And that's that on that. So let me roll. Manipulation. What was the second?
Subterfuge.
Oh, yes.
Oh yes.
Subterfuge. Yes.
Oh, yes.
I
Let me
rolled
add
bad
2
for
more.
my amount.
Oh my god, this dice. Sorry for my little evil laughter. 6 successes.
Wow.
Did anybody roll higher than 6?
I
Or
could have
once
if I rolled well.
Yeah,
No, I got
yeah.
2. I only got 2.
My pool was 8 for that.
My pool is 6.
And you have
Willow-
what does Dorian have? Like unstoppable lies or something like that?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But even with that, I would. There was no possible way of me.
Yeah,
Just a
winning this one.
baby. She just
Well,
a little guy.
Yeah,
a little
Willow's
guy.
just going off on one of her little adventures that she does, and she's telling you guys about it.
All
And-
right.
Dude, being weird pays off.
Yep.
Well, I was snooping,
Okay.
and this is the first time I've ever seen another person's name on the the little foldy things outside of like construction sites, and they have a bunch of paperwork and shit.
The permits, yes.
Yeah, the permits. Her name was all over those. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Have you heard anything to the grapevine at work, Dorian?
No. But Dad still has a lot of pull with the real estate. It wouldn't be hard for him to hide this. At least temporarily.
So what does it mean?
I don't know.
It means he's in deep with her. what, giving her part of the business? Working with her?
I mean, isn't her name on the permits pretty serious?
It does give her some sort of right to the land and the building if it's being built in both of their names, sure.
Did you go to any other sites, see if her name's on any other buildings? I mean, we've got multiple.
That was the only one I knew of. But I can totally... I went completely undetected, so I could
Why'd you
go
go to
the
this
others.
one?
It's the only one I know.
Okay.
It's the biggest. How many others are there? I can go look.
I mean,
Takes her little paper out.
I mean, this is Dad going against our family interests here.
How so?
Wow, first time. Oh, sorry.
I mean, with everything else he's already done, I mean, I guess this is just, you know, maybe I'm making a bigger deal of it, but the family business, real estate, the hotels,
It's definitely weird.
he's putting her name on this building?
I mean, Ethos Investment still... You're on the board of... Is Dorian on the board of Ethos? Like the
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any changes
Yes.
would you'd have to get notified. So it's maybe just this building?
It's a pretty fresh site from what I saw.
Maybe there's something important about that building. That's a good point.
Anything else, Willow? Besides the permit name?
Oh, I have other information. I was just going to give everybody else a turn. But if nobody else has anything, I can keep going.
Please do.
Okay. She flips back. So, the other thing I did was I looked into, you remember the papers we found in the tomb that said there was a Toreador, a Ventrue, and a Malkavian that took over Carthage?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I looked into the Malkavian one. I don't know if you guys have looked into the others, but the Malkavian in those texts was actually the prince. Was a prince. Prince Alcius. And I did some searching through the web, had some visions about it, as I do. And there were two, like, female presenting people with him. And I believe also he ruled over Syracuse, like, you know, like the original one, not like Syracuse, New York, obviously. I saw them sailing towards Carthage. I saw him take someone's head in the battle, and once he did that, the war ended. So he's the one who ended it. This Malkavian.
That's good sleuthing, Willow.
Yeah, so that's his name, Prince Alcius. And he used to be a prince, and he started and ended this. Or, well, maybe he didn't start it, but he ended it. That's it. That's all I have.
No, that's good.
Okay,
You know-
well, I've done some Toreador research as well. Or snooping, if you will. I guess not really snooping. It was just given to me, but Annabelle has actually arranged a meeting for us in... Is it still 1 week from now, or is it less than 1 week now?
A week from now.
Okay. A week from now, we have a meeting, and she said we'll be able to learn more about, well, you know, everything we've been trying to learn about, these ancient powers at work and everything. So, we're meeting with someone named Portia. I guess she's a new... she said I could say this, right? That she's a new neonate?
Yeah, that she's
Okay.
a neonate. Yeah.
Then I will describe her as such a new neonate in town. And Annabelle will be there, too, to introduce us. We can just do the usual at the Succubus Club.
Why does a new neonate tell us about ancient history?
I don't know. Annabelle knows everyone. I don't know anything about this person. I have not met them myself.
It does seem weird to you, Silas. But yeah, like a neonate, why would they know it? But yeah, it's just something you pick up on.
What is a neonate?
A neonate is like a new
baby.
kindred.
Okay,
like
okay.
Embraced within the last like 5 to 10 years, kind of.
So
thing.
where we are as well still.
But
That's
yeah,
what we
like
are.
your
Yeah.
age.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe they were a history major.
Or maybe they're going to help us.
And their name is
Figure it out.
Portia.
That is what she told me, yeah.
Like the
Portia.
car.
Yeah, or like Ellen DeGeneres' wife, yeah.
Oh, Portia.
Yeah, not.
I
that
mean,
one.
I don't know. I didn't get the spelling, sorry, but maybe.
And what clan is she from?
I don't know, Silas. Come find out. 1 week. We can find out together.
You didn't ask these questions?
Does it matter? Do you have a preference in clan that you get information from?
Yes.
I don't know.
As you
maybe,
should.
Maybe Silas shouldn't.
Okay,
come,
well,
to be
what
honest.
information
Maybe-
did you
fine.
get from that clan then?
Then I won't.
Because I've done my research, Willow's done hers. Where's yours?
Where's mine?
Yeah.
What research have I done?
Well, you're not willing to tell me. How would I can't read your mind.
You were with us in Greece, Val.
Yeah.
Okay.
What
That was
research
research we
have I
all
done?
did.
Oh,
I'm talking about
please.
since then, the last week. We've all been working, haven't we? And she'll like look at Willow. She knows
I
what's-
have.
Hey, Silas, we literally asked you what you were working on before Willow
Yeah,
got
you
here,
wouldn't
and you said
tell
it was
me. What do you
too
mean?
complicated for us.
Wait, you've been working on something? What is it?
It's
Can I see?
something.
Yeah. Oh, it's very complicated. I'm
You
sure.
wouldn't
I-
get it. You're not.
It would
you're-
need to be.
You're just a Malkavian, so you wouldn't get it.
I
You
never.
said
No, don't worry.
I-
Toreador wouldn't get it either.
I didn't say that. Get off your
Oh,
fucking
so she would get it.
soapbox, Val.
Then please feel free to elaborate. I'm not gonna pull it out of you. I'm not
Oh.
your mother.
Silas.
Silas.
Things are happening.
Silas, your siblings, all 3 of them at this point, ganging up on you and just little comments just biting at you, gnawing at you, irritating you, and you've had a rough week so
Uh-oh.
far. A lot has happened. I would like you to roll me a fury frenzy, and I'm
Not
gonna
the
say
one.
this is
Not the one.
for provocation, because it does irritate your beast a bit here, and you could lose it. The difficulty
Oh,
will
do
only be
it.
2.
I would love to
Um,
see Silas lose it.
So you have to roll the willpower test. It's only a difficulty of 2 to see if you can keep your beast at bay, or if
It'll be fine.
if this gets to you and you let the beast win.
Oh no.
What does a fury frenzy entail?
Evolution.
That's so Silas of you to
So you
ask.
failed. Oh, so you failed.
Yeah.
Provocation causes fury frenzy, insults, humiliation, or aggression. Risk unleashing bestial violence. A vampire in fury
violence. No.
A vampire
Not the PvP.
in fury frenzy stops at nothing to tear the cause of the
Fine, I
provocation
just killed a man.
to pieces. Often together with anyone nearby, friend or foe.
Oh my god.
So
I didn't roll yet. I was just
Okay.
asking.
Sure.
I didn't, I
I would allow you to interpret that how you will. Like, if you don't think Silas is necessarily going to punch one of his siblings, like, you can also you're going to let the beast win in the way that you interpret the beast to win.
Got
for
it.
Silas.
Got it. Okay. Okay. That is more.
Sweating.
That is more
Yeah.
on his level.
Yeah, you're a Tremere. You're not a Bruja. Like, you're not gonna beat them to death.
Yeah,
but-
you could try, buddy.
Yeah.
Good try.
I got a gun.
Dude, I'm a Toreador. I do Pilates.
And it's a willpower roll? Is that what it is?
It's a willpower roll. Yes. The difficulty is 2.
You got this.
Is it meets it beats in VTM?
Meets beats me.
Meets. Yes, meets it beats.
Okay, so I rolled 2 successes.
Wow.
Yeah.
By the
Four,
skin of your
four
teeth.
failures. Wow.
So he's grumpy. He's grumpy.
Grumpy.
I
you
almost
feel-
wanted to fail on purpose just for RP, but
You can roll a will.
We
I
all-
will
we all
say,
wanted you to
by the
fail.
way, willpower rerolls allow for the same thing. You can reroll your
Uh-oh.
dice to fail if you want.
You don't
Sometimes
have to though.
If you get a messy crit, sometimes or a bestial failure, or
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
get a messy crit when you don't want to, you can reroll to cancel the messy crit if you want to.
got it.
But not saying you want to do that necessarily, but just
Correct.
so you all know.
Yeah.
But yes,
No.
Silas, you feel it? You feel that? You feel the beast.
You all have no idea what I've been doing.
Yeah.
While you've been playing fucking patty cake with your little boyfriend, Willow, I found out
Oh!
he is probably dead. So that's news.
Well, what?
Yeah. I went to Withered Kiss?
Forbidden kiss.
Forbidden Kiss, I'm sorry.
Wither
Yeah,
kiss.
yeah.
I mean, she's withered now.
I went to Forbidden Kiss, and it was burned down practically. Who
The
loves using
hunters?
fire? Who loves using fire? No one's talking about it. No one's fucking discussing it. You asked a Luke at the Succubus Club a couple days ago if he knew anything. A fellow ministry. No. No whispers. We asked Annabelle. No info.
How long ago could you tell?
No. So while all of you are doing research, I'm looking out for our survival.
You are.
Yes, I am. Making sure everyone is safe.
Okay. Care to explain how that's going?
Well, I found someone that is missing and their place is burnt down. So that's not going
Great.
well.
And we had to dig the information out of you. How's that helping us? What have you done? How's that research going? Are you doing anything useful at all with that to help us? Or are you just playing God?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I should be asking you that, Silas. What the fuck are you doing at the Chantry?
What? What do you mean, Dorian?
Silas,
Yeah, what do you mean, Dorian?
look, I'm going to give you one chance just to explain it yourself. Because I don't have the firmest grasp on such a complicated process such as you're working on at the Chantry. So if you want to go ahead and just let the family know what you've been working on, that's been so helpful to us, go ahead. Otherwise, I'll explain it how I understand it.
You want to know what I've been working on, Dorian? I've been working on rituals to help this family. I was working on a ritual for you, Willow. To give you and
Oh.
Adder a gift. For your relationship. For you, Dorian, I was working on a truth serum of sorts. And you already saw my most recent ritual, the one that can cause silence to an area. Real helpful with dominate and presence, is it not? Because you can't fucking speak.
And using it for what? To what end?
To protect us.
Yeah? And what about your little clone? Your homunculus? What's that for, Silas?
How do you know about that?
Is it a little slave that you have doing your bidding for you? A little Silas Jr.
How do you know about that, Dorian?
Fucking what?
Doesn't matter.
Wait, ew, what? What?
You've a clone?
Oh yeah,
Silas.
apparently it's
Yes.
Roll me or intelligence resolve. You're gonna have to roll high success on this for what I'm looking for. So if you want a willpower reroll, Telling you. I'm just letting you know. It's going to be a high difficulty.
4 successes.
4 successes. He says homunculus. He says the word homunculus. That's a term. It's not like he wasn't spying because he used the terminology. There's only one person. There's only one leak. It was Simone.
Mm-hmm.
How did Simone get that info to Dorian?
What did you do, Dorian?
I think you should answer.
It was you.
What are you doing?
No. You dominated Simone.
And if I did?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with me?
Silas?
Yeah?
Silas and Dorian. You're both going to roll me Fury Frenzies now.
Oh no, the boys are fighting! Where can we get some popcorn back here for the girlies?
God, I got some cheese in my
how do I roll
bag.
this again?
Yeah.
My little cheese.
When Dorian doesn't deny that he may or may not have dominated, this stirs something up in you, especially with all that you've been working to achieve to get people to not use those types of disciplines. You're gonna have to both roll me, and this is gonna also be difficulty. This is provocation, difficulty 2. So same thing. Willpower roll.
Yeah, so click on willpower. Willpower and then the number in the parentheses, and in the right-hand box at the top, it should say your willpower and then roll willpower underneath that.
Little rectangle box.
Huh. Oh boy.
Wait, I am.
Willow,
I'm
we
not
might need
finding
your
this.
bodyguard.
For real.
Wait, like I just honestly can't find willpower.
Oh.
I don't know where this is.
So your physical attributes, athletics, brawl, craft, drive, those ones. Go
You see health.
south of those. Willpower's under health.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Yeah,
You're
there
good.
we go. Okay.
So yeah, that little pop-up, you'll see right at the very top, it says roll willpower.
And then I go down for frenzy. Okay.
You shouldn't have to go down for frenzy.
Oh, I see. Got it.
yeah.
Okay.
Should be at the top. Yep.
2
You're good.
successes.
Okay, you just pass.
4 successes.
Okay, both of you are at each other's throats right now in words, but you're not gonna make it physical. You tell the beast. You keep it quelled for just a moment, but nonetheless.
Do you realize what you've done? Dominating a Tremere. And now that I know, I'm just gonna let it walk?
What is the problem here? What exactly is the issue that you're having with me?
You think I can just let some...
used the talents that I have as a kindred to
Why?
figure out something that you wouldn't tell us?
Why? And
Because you're...
Did you...
Did I what?
Did you force...
I don't know what you're doing, Silas. What are you planning? Are you acting in your own interest? I know that you don't want to be a part of this family, really, but are you? I don't even know. I can't even trust you. I have no idea what you're up to.
Did you force
And I'm
Simone to break
trying
up
to
with me,
be-
Dorian?
I do feel bad about that. I was angry.
You see this, Willow? You see the brother you love so... What if he did that to Adder? What would you do, Willow?
Do not pit me. Don't drag me into this.
I didn't start this, Silas.
Neither did I.
What, bringing Simone to our meeting with Caden?
That gives you quarry to dominate her and force her to break up with me? My little joke, my little jest. having some fun. Sorry I made you have a bad dinner with Caden Bartlett, your best friend.
We need him. Silas, we fucking need him.
Why?
I want nothing more than to tear his throat out, but we don't have the standing in the Camarilla without Dad. You know what I was learning off on my own, doing my little research? I learned that the Camarilla is scared of us. They're scared of Dad.
As
He
they should
is
be.
holding his hand over a nuclear launch button and threatening the Camarilla with it. He's made us an enemy of every kindred in Chicago. And if they're not too scared to move against us, where does that leave us?
Better than having a backstabbing brother.
All I did was try to learn what was going on.
And what did you learn? That yes, I made a homunculus, like you said. Someone that respects me. That listens to me.
Explain the homunculus.
Against their choice?
No. It's made
Do
from a
they have
pig.
He can leave
choice?
whenever he wants. Is that the case? Simone seemed to think that if other kindred were to learn about this, that might not be so great. And that would be another risk for this family, wouldn't it?
He follows my commands to a T. He cannot leave the chantry unless I order him out of the chantry. He does.
Oh, I
a
see.
dog?
He's a scientifically created version of myself.
Does he look just like you?
No, he's like 4 foot tall and rather grotesque looking. But he's smart, Willow. He's so smart.
Not smart enough to make his own decisions?
That's not how it works, Val.
I'm
are you
sure
gonna
he'll
use
be
him
so
for?
useful to
He
you
helps
in
me-
the chantry with all of his intelligence.
He helps me with rituals. He's the reason I've been learning so much to help. Having an extra pair of hands.
If it's not a problem, why do you keep it a secret from us?
It's... I wanted something of my own. We can't make more of us. We can't have kids. I just wanted something that was mine. Without the shadow of Dad. Is that so bad?
So he's a kid.
No,
Not a kid.
no. Like if I don't know, made myself just a little bit worse and short and ugly.
And
That
forced to
doesn't
obey
sound good.
everything that you say.
I don't. You make him sound like he's.
Who's sounding like Dad now, huh?
No!
You're awful. What were you trying to find with Simone? What caused you to say, I want to destroy Silas? Because the only reason
Destroy you.
the only reason she would take my notes and my research materials out of that lab is if you were looking for some ammo against me.
That wasn't right either, Dor.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have snooped.
Okay. All right. You know, I am.
Oh, and by the
get
way,
this.
I found out Thea was gone, and about half hour later, Simone broke up with me. Do you want to know why I'm in a bad mood? That might be why, Val.
Yeah, no, that makes more sense. I was just wondering why. Get
Yeah,
it?
it's pretty
Ow.
bad.
Look,
I'm-
the
I'm
two of
sorry.
you aren't blameless in this.
Oh! Go on.
Oh, Willow, you were there
What?
when I made the deal with Caden. The deal that you didn't want to be a part of, Silas.
So that
And Val,
this
I
is
talked
about
to you
that deal.
this. You started this, Silas. You've been cagey. You've been keeping stuff from us. We all were worried.
That
We
what
all were
I
worried
was
that you weren't in it for this family. So we made a deal because we needed to get into the upper echelon of Camarilla society. Okay? And to do that, we need Caden. And I needed to give him something. So I offered him the dirt that we have on him. The video recording of him breaking the masquerade.
So you dominated her so she'd bring it to you, thinking it was at the Chantry. The thing I earned with my boon to Thea.
The thing that you kept from us. Something that would have been very relevant to me.
Because look what...
About the man who threatened my family. You know, at no point have you ever been upfront with us. At every turn, you've just wanted to wash your
look
hands.
what happens. You...
Look what happens when you're keeping secrets from us?
It wasn't a secret. It was a tool to be used, and it wasn't to be used lightly.
And you didn't trust us as a group to make that decision. You took that upon yourself.
I was waiting for the proper time to use it, to reveal it, my trump card for our success.
Listen, we all have the same goal here, right? We're all trying to help the family. Everyone's just got different ideas, okay?
No. What is the actual goal? What does everyone actually want? We all say we want to do things for the family, but it sounds like nobody actually wants that. We keep repeating it, but nobody's ever actually done anything. We're actively working against doing things for the family, so I'm just curious. Is that what everybody wants?
That's not true. Like I saw the prince. Caden got me into oh gosh, what was it? What was it called? The welcoming party. You know, Caden got me in to see
Blue
the upper
Velvet.
echelon.
Yeah, it was at the Blue Velvet, a welcoming party for the Lysander Sierra.
Fuck that bitch.
Dad never would have invited us there. I've made inroads. I've got the support of the Ballard and the Sovereign family. I've laid the groundwork for us to break away from Dad and have protection within the Camarilla. That's what we need, Silas. That's protecting this family. And maybe you're trying to help us. Maybe you are, but I don't fucking know.
So everything I do, I just have to come give you a little book report on.
I know. I get this family's fucked up. I mean, we all have our issues. Dad taught us to keep secrets, and so did Mom. But I'm trying to be better. I don't want my wife to hate me, Silas. I don't want my kids to resent me. If I want to have any kind of life with that part of my family, I need this family to be safe, to be a place that they can I don't know.
How can I trust you? Fine. I'll sell the video to you. If that's really what you want, I'll sell it to you.
I don't... Silas, I want us to... I mean, all I've ever wanted was for us to work together. Like, you and me, you know, in the family business. Like, I just...
Dorian, if that's what you wanted, you've been mistaken for so long. It was never going to happen.
Be honest with each other, Silas. I want us to work together. If it's not in the family business, then in the coterie. I don't want these walls up between us anymore. And I'm not expecting you to tell me everything that you're working on. I've kept secrets from you also. And I'm sure Willow, Val, and he looks at you both square in the eyes as he says this, I'm sure you both have your secrets too. But we're not gonna get anywhere if we keep holding on to them like this. But Silas, if you don't even want to go that far, fine. What's your price?
Three questions, answered truthfully.
Oh.
Okay.
Delicious.
No, not. I know you, Dorian. I know how good you are at lying. Like I said, I've been working on a sort of truth serum ritual.
Oh yeah, the thing that was for me, right?
Yes.
To help me?
Yes.
Right. Okay, I see.
Do we have a deal?
Okay. Fine.
I will know if you're lying.
But I want your board seat too.
Done.
Oh. Damn.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Isn't trust the whole problem here? Why don't we all take the truth serum? Oh.
What?
Oh. Isn't that the problem here? Is that nobody trusts anyone and everyone thinks they're doing the best thing for the family or themselves, but they have to keep secrets to do so. That's the only thing standing between us, right? Is the lies, the secrets? Is there enough, Silas, for all of us?
You don't drink it, Val.
Whatever. Enough shots, enough inhalants. I don't know. You're right, I'm not a doctor. Sorry.
It's complicated, Val.
I'm just asking if there's enough.
Blood sorcery, a lot of other kindred thinks blood sorcery just works with our blood, Tremere blood, but they're wrong. Your Vitae, yours, Dorian's, Willow's, wants to talk to me. I can't cast it on myself. I have to be the conduit in which the truth comes out.
Can't someone else? A mediator?
Do you know blood sorcery?
No, not me. I meant, I don't know. It's your thing. You're over there working all your secrets. You don't know anyone?
No, that's not how it works. So I'm happy to do the ritual on all three of you.
I didn't say I would.
Why? What are you hiding?
I'm not getting anything out of this.
What do you want out of this?
I don't think there's anything you could give me.
Name it.
I mean, it's true. Willow's not really the one instigating here. It's more kind of between you guys. But
Yeah, this
I was
wasn't
willing to
my issue.
participate just for the cause.
I
But it does throw a wrench into things if you can't do it as well, Silas, because I don't think that's exactly going to help Dorian trust anything. So, never mind, I guess.
My board
I would
seat.
rather us just trust each other and not have to go through this at all.
You're one to talk after what you just did.
Are you really acting like you didn't start this?
You're acting like a child that I kicked down your sandcastle so you lit the beach on fire. I don't think you
I'm
understand.
acting like someone that wanted to get things done
You
in the face of someone's.
You think I can go back to the Chantry and look at Simone and see she's been compromised? What else will you tap into? You think I can't go to Deuceable and say, hey, Simone's been dominated. She's taken things out of the Chantry.
Oh,
You
okay.
know-
And have you never done anything against this family? Have you never done anything, Silas? Are you perfectly blameless here?
I have done nothing to directly harm this family. Yes, I've told my sire the things we've discovered, just like probably most of you have, except Dad.
I haven't done that.
Because your
I've not
sire
done
will
that.
kill you.
Exactly.
Whatever the reason.
I didn't.
She's been the one helping us, giving us the monocle to see Alan. Gift from her.
For nothing. You think she's doing that because she likes you?
At least someone's sire does.
Look, I mean, my sire arranged a meeting for us to find out more information. You were all invited, remember?
I'm not going to that meeting.
What? We don't have to have it at the club. We can do it somewhere else.
Oh, it was at the club, then I'm definitely not going to that meeting.
I said we can do it somewhere else.
My price has been made, Dorian. You want that video? You can have my board seat. All I require is 3 questions and a ritual. And a
Look,
pint of
I
your
already
blood, of
agreed
course.
to it, Silas. I don't want it to go this way, though.
This is the
If we
only...
do this, that's not trust.
It's a start.
Sure.
You want to do it in front of these two?
Whatever I tell you, I would tell them.
Willow, do you have a bowl?
Yeah,
Get it, please.
she will. No. Little, like, paint water bowl. Empty
Oh,
it.
we're doing this right now.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say,
was
we're
not
doing
expecting this right now, but okay.
Too
Here we
bad, this is
go.
what we're doing!
Here we go.
Just here in the art gallery.
Hey, I think the mood is set.
I think we're making an
Clearly.
installation
Yeah.
right now.
This is
New
an art
installation.
installation.
Silas, what does this ritual look like?
I just need a pint of Dorian's blood in a bowl. That's all I need.
They have a pint.
Damn, that's
It'll
a
be
lot.
woozy.
Phew. Is
All right.
I'm really bad with how much is a pint? Like, is that like
Good
Like-
amount.
Like a pint glass.
It's a
Oh,
good-
I mean, like,
That's probably like a
most
Rouse
people are-
check's worth.
I was have
most
to
people are
say,
8. Most people are, like, a human body is, like, varies
Then-
8, right? I
Yes, so this would count as 1 rouse for you, Dorian. You would lose that much
Uh-oh.
blood.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good thing I ate recently.
Dorian's still a little tipsy.
Yeah, Dorian, you might get a little tipsy,
Oh, I
Dorian blood,
failed.
but
All right, cool.
They're,
Oh
like,
wait, are
saying
we gonna
that.
get Silas tips? Oh no, he's not drinking it. Is he? I don't know. Ah.
you do get hungrier, Dorian. But if you comply, you have to pour out a pint of your blood into this bowl.
Yeah, so he's going to he'll go over to the bowl and he'll roll up his sleeve and bite into his own wrist and hold it over the bowl.
You see your brother's vitae spilling out into the bowl as you take it.
Thank you. And Silas will just take a finger and just put it into the blood bowl. Now, Dorian, I just want to calibrate this. This doesn't count as one of the 3 questions. Can you please state your name?
Dorian Lysander.
That is true. First question. Did you tell your wife what we are?
Wow, getting right on.
All right,
Oh,
LFG,
screaming.
everybody.
All
You-
right. And
uh,
next week on Vampire.
Can
Yeah.
I ask like how's how does this truth serum work? Like, do I have to answer the intent of his question, or do I have to answer?
So you can make a composure versus occult roll to combat my resolve plus blood sorcery roll.
Okay.
For every
There's no way I win this.
a win tells them whether that statement is true, as far as the subject knows. On a critical win by the caster, the subject involuntarily expands upon their answer, providing more information, including details they glancingly saw or subconsciously forgot. The storyteller should inform the caster there is no more information about that topic. The mixture bubbles and seethes during the process, turning completely to ash at the end of the scene.
Okay.
So a composure plus occult.
Yeah, if I want to resist it.
If you'd like to
Right.
resist it.
Okay. And do I feel this urge? Like if I like, do I feel like an urge
yes.
to not like?
I mean,
resist,
it's up.
right?
It's up to you.
Okay. Yes. Yes, I told them about us.
Oh, Dorian.
It makes sense now
Mhm.
when she came to the hospital and
And she
the
said,
things she was saying.
"Only dinners." Wink, kind of.
And you could save him if something bad was to happen.
Mhm.
And that sat with you, Silas, and
Mm-hmm.
I was going
it
to
makes
tell you
sense.
that I was scared.
Second question. Does anyone have a question for Dorian?
It's your deal.
I already learned one of my questions before this ritual, so that's what I was planning to use this on anyway. But he revealed his treachery with Simone before I even needed to do this.
I know that you and Dorian both have your methods, and I know that you're both, however different it may be, trying to do the same thing. I trust that much, at least, that you're trying.
Apparently only Silas is allowed to use his powers when he doesn't trust the other family member.
He's giving us permission.
I asked for your consent.
Oh, you were... Seems like you were going to do it without it.
I
Dorian,
would
you
need
can't
your-
talk about doing things without consent right now.
Second
I'm not going
question.
to apologize for using the gifts that I have.
Against a friend of mine. Not some drunk guy in a bar. Someone
And now
I
Silas is using his.
liked very much.
Ask your second question.
Do you honestly think working with Caden will raise everyone in the Lysander family without incident?
No.
Are you lying or are you telling the truth? Do you want to roll for it? Or?
No, I'm telling you, said without incident. I mean, I expect there to be incident. But I don't see any other options. No, I want I want to see Caden at the bottom of the lake, like Mom and Dad used to keep the rest of the family enemies. But I think we have to work with Caden. And I don't think you needed serum for me to tell you that.
I just wanted to confirm it.
Okay. Third question.
And Silas pulls his finger out of the bowl, causing the blood to turn to ash. That's all I needed. Thank you, Dorian.
I have something else I have to tell you. This is what I was going to tell you. Sort of in the spirit of honesty. The power that Dad has, it has to do with his blood. With Lysander and Ventrue blood. I don't know exactly the extent of the control that he has over this power, but whatever it is, I have it too.
So you can control it.
I guess. Right now, the Camarilla doesn't know.
Oh.
Hi.
Thanks for the
Thank you
raid.
Welcome.
I actually totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Something about the Camarilla.
The Camarilla
you're
and that.
saying right now the Camarilla, something about the blood, the power that you have.
They don't know. They don't know how fractured this family is. They don't know if Dad and I are on the outs fully. I'm sure there's some rumors here. But instead of trying to threaten the Camarilla with this power, I think that we can replace Dad and offer safety for safety. An honest exchange. And then I'm going to ask the prince if I can turn Adeline.
Would you still turn her if he said no?
I don't think so, no. But I don't know what position that would leave us in, because every day that she knows about us is not safe for her.
I told you, Dorian, you should not have involved them. We had this conversation.
You know, Silas, you may have created life, but I don't think you really know what it's like to have a family like that.
He did it for love. Can we really blame him?
Yeah, I'm actually. This is the least of his mistakes, honestly. I can't say I wouldn't do the same.
I'm sorry, Silas. You've lost a lot recently.
Thank you, Val.
I'm not glad to hear of Thea either. And a little bit upset that no one else is paying attention either.
I'm sorry for snapping at you, Willow.
Okay. You're upset.
Well, my legal team will be in touch about that board seat.
You know
And
where to
Dorian's
find me.
gonna turn and leave.
Dorian leaves, leaving the three of you.
Well, what's next?
I thought we
And-
couldn't. I thought we couldn't turn people. I thought we're too low generation.
Do you? Oh no!
I didn't even think about what that implies.
I was gonna say, I don't know. Yeah, I probably know very little about that.
I mean, yeah, she doesn't know either. I
Yeah.
don't really know. I mean, I've not really asked about it.
Maybe he
Yeah.
meant to have someone else turn her,
Like
on his
Dad?
behalf.
Oh God, no! I hope not.
Well, you
I
know,
mean,
like
not
what
Dad, but like
yeah,
someone like that.
yeah,
Someone with that
someone-
power.
I mean, Dad hand selected ours. I'm sure we could pay someone to do the same for his wife.
Sure.
Just
I
a
mean-
thought that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, if he's got the power to control that thing, I don't know, maybe he's not the same as us.
That's
Don't-
true.
Don't really know how all this works. I didn't know you could create clones with these powers, or
Not many Tremere
I know.
can. It's a kind of a lost gift.
well, you always did like to overachieve in academics, didn't you?
Crucible was very pleased. Surprised even.
You deserve to feel proud of your work, Silas.
Are you going to introduce us to him?
You can't
Our
come in.
nephew.
You can't come in the chantry, but one day, yeah, I'll try to sneak him out. You have to promise to be nice.
Is he really that ugly?
He's like a raisin.
That could be kind of cute in an ugly way.
You did always like things like that, Willow.
Yeah, I think no, he might. I mean, you could always bring him here.
Yeah,
I could teach him about art. Oh,
maybe. I was told not to take him out of the chantry, so
why not? You said he was small. We could totally smuggle him in something.
Willow, you know I'm not one for breaking
Like
rules.
Machiavelli.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes you gotta break rules.
I know.
I'm not one for breaking rules, he says as he breaks some rules. That's okay, we won't tell anyone.
Yeah, I don't think anyone I know would care.
It's not like a masquerade breach or anything like that. I didn't
It's fine.
I didn't
No,
kill
of course not.
someone to make him.
Silas, you could use a little more risky behavior in your life. It's good for you sometimes.
That's what Thea was for.
Yeah.
You think
Well-
hunters did it?
Fire is their MO.
He was on the boat.
He was on the
Think
boat.
they tracked her down after everyone jumped?
She left by herself.
Look, if she was at her club, easy pickings, it was small. A small strike team could probably have just gone in and...
I mean, besides the fact that it was a hub for kindred.
Wait,
Sure, they
Exactly.
didn't like that.
I can help with that.
You can help with what?
Hunters. I know where they're staying. Or
That
at least,
kind of feels like important information to
well,
have.
honestly, it kind of gets lost up there sometimes. But I have a lead at least. I know because I was, well, thinking about doing it myself. Well,
Hello?
not by myself. Adder would go with me, but it'd be much easier if we went all together.
I'm not a fighter.
Not a killer.
Wait, does the Camarilla even know this? Can't we enlist their help? They're looking for the
Yeah, this is a
hunters.
great bargaining chip.
It is.
I mean, I'm sure you could get whatever you want out of it, Willow.
I could.
So use it.
For what? What could the Camarilla give me that I would want?
I mean, don't
Looks-
we?
Looks at
Are we s-
Val like, what the fuck does that mean?
Are we? Aren't we still trying to? Like, we
Oops,
don't.
my anarchy symbol.
Don't we need a meeting with the prince for some? I don't know whether it's just for.
Thanks for the raid.
Oh my god! The rats are here.
The rats, yes.
Hello, rats, brother. Hello, rat
Um,
brothers.
Hello, rats and chappies.
Hello, Reds.
Don't we? I know at one point we were
Oh my
trying to. I know at one point we were trying to arrange a meeting, but whether that's still relevant or not, if we arrange a meeting and we're trying to negotiate this thing with Dorian's power or whatever, I mean, it's something like that, maybe?
I think Dorian has that handled.
Direct line to the prince?
Right? That's what he was saying. I thought that was the reason we were
Oh.
working with Caden.
Apparently, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So why waste this?
Okay, what do you want to do with it?
I mean, they can they can do something about it better
I'm-
than the four of us can. Right? What are we gonna do?
I was intending to go look myself since they're focused on our family.
Why
I
would
feel
we-
like the Camarilla Dorian just said is all terrified of us. I don't think they care that the hunters want to come after us. I think they'd be very happy to watch all of us be killed by the hunters.
Then wouldn't it be a good time for Dorian to press that new power of his?
Why are they terrified of us?
Because of
Because
that
of
thing that
the-
Dorian
the ancient
The ancient thing.
But we don't have it.
No, Dorian does.
Dorian can control it.
Well, no, I guess Dad has it. My point is, the Camarilla does not like our family. We have lots of evidence to prove that.
They don't like our dad.
Dorian just said that they think our family isn't fractured. They think we're all on the same side. So if they don't like him, they don't like us.
There's an easy way to fix that.
Look, I'm not going hunter hunting. I'm just gonna put that out there.
No, I wasn't asking you to.
But I think you should take this information to someone that can deal with them. We have the resources.
I will.
Where?
Well,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What do you mean by that? Like, can I get some
I
more
know.
info?
Where
Where
What
did
do
you
you
get
mean?
where did you get this info? Who were you gonna go to?
I saw it in a vision. I mean, I did. That's not a lie. That's not a
No, I
lie.
think Val's truly laughing.
I saw it in
Like,
a
of
vision,
course
dude.
you did. Source, my visions.
Source my visions.
And what did you see in these visions?
You promise not to tell anyone?
Were family therapy sessions, so yes.
In church. Large door, man, like a statue outside, like a large wooden door. They're red. And there's a man outside with a plaque, and he has angel wings, and he's spread out like this.
So a church in the city.
Yeah. That's where they're operating out of. Which would align with the man on the boat. He was wearing garb. So then it's also a Catholic church.
I can look
Well-
into churches in any neighborhood.
No, I didn't get neighborhood. But I can't imagine many have a statue like that outside.
I'm just gonna drive around the city trying to find it.
I was going to, yeah.
But ask Anas, I'm sure they know where it is.
But then I'd owe them. I'm really tired of owing people things.
Same.
It's easier to do myself. That's actually one thing this family has taught me pretty well.
It's a skill you acquire very early on in life.
Yeah. But my point is, they're probably the ones that killed Thea. And I'm gonna deal with them in my own way. So, for better or worse, hopefully she'll be avenged.
Well, perhaps it would behoove us all to know the most that we can about all the bargaining chips that we have. Like that ancient vampire and what exactly our family had to do with the start of all this. We can learn that. I have a way. We
Oh,
don't have to do it at the Succubus Club. We can do it at
Yes,
the hospital or wherever. We can go in a conference room if it makes
This
you feel better.
neonate Portia who has information.
She's a friend of Annabelle's. Who I trust.
All right.
Fine.
It's no, what is there to lose? Worst case, we don't learn what we hope to. Best case, we have more power at our disposal.
Storyteller.
Yes.
I know I don't remember much about the Majesty, but what I remember, like, would anything click? Like, wait, I was at the Succubus Club, and I felt something.
Everyone feels
Yes.
something around Annabelle.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you felt something.
That's
Yeah.
just normal.
That's
You
just
do
how she
know-
is.
You know, something did wear off. Like in your solo session, you know, you felt some sort of effect.
Yeah.
Of something. So what is it exactly you're trying to?
I'm just saying, like, when Val says
He sees anything.
it's
fishy.
Annabelle, like, oh, like she can help us. Like, if something, little like PTSD, like,
yes. You can roll me an intelligence and resolve. I'm making a lot of those resolve intelligence rolls tonight. Jeez.
3 successes.
Yes, the way that Val is talking about Annabelle, that she trusts her after the stuff that happened that you remember happening at the Succubus Club, it does seem a little weird. Actually, very weird.
What happened that night, Val?
What do you mean?
At the Succubus Club.
Well, I spent a few days with Annabelle. You know that. It's not that unusual. I've done it before.
There was something more.
I mean, I guess you could just say we spent some quality time together. We talked a lot. She just wanted to know if she could trust me, and she can. Just like I trust her.
Okay.
We can do it whatever way makes y'all comfiest. We've got a room at the club, you know, Dorian can get his drinks, but we can, if you want to choose a location, let me know.
You don't want to go to any location I would choose, no.
I want to go to the location that you'll be there at the meeting, so.
I'll be there.
Okay.
Even if it's at the Succubus Club.
Willow, any preference?
I don't have a preference. I like both.
I'll talk to Dorian later, see if I can calm him down a little bit. And maybe get him an extra drink or something else to chill him out before we leave.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
I don't know how Dominate works, but if you get the chance, can you ask him if he can reverse what he did?
I have Dominate. I don't know if I've really used it other than maybe like minorly off camera on like humans. Would I know that if by chance if I have that skill? Or would I not know unless I've done it?
Well, the thing is that my Dominate was at I had another skill
I just have
that she thinks it's her initiative. She would know that you use Dominate. She didn't know that I did that.
So
Dorian's good.
Yeah.
I know. I only have a little
master.
Dominate.
Yeah, you would probably think like, hard to reverse it unless you maybe use it again to reverse, like or something. But
Yeah.
no,
Did it over.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'll ask him. Of course. That was. We've all made mistakes. That was one of them. I'll ask.
Thank you, Val.
Mm-hmm. Are you guys are just like standing next to each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just stand.
Okay. I'm gonna hug you both at the same time then.
Okay.
Val, you lean in to hug your siblings, and the three of you embrace for a moment. And it's not a warm hug anymore, not at least in your current state. But
It's so cold.
it at least feels nice to be with each other. And we fade to Dorian leaving, stepping outside, walking down the street by himself, thinking about how he got what he needed for Caden. The deal is done. It's secured. It's sealed. But now you're back to being alone again. And you walk by yourself, looking out onto the city. And that is where we will end our session for the evening. I needed another sad Kendall Roy moment. I'm sorry.
Not another Kendall Roy.
He's playing
walking
the rap
around.
music in his headphones.
Yeah, cue the sad Succession music, because we always end an episode with Kendall Roy staring out into the distance, looking sad. And I just hope you all
What it
picture that
costs
in
to
your
get
head.
what you wanted.
Yep.
So Kendall Roy core.
But the last thing we're going to do is a remorse test for Willow. Who I've made a little sticky note so I wouldn't forget.
Oh, that's right. My humanity's on the line.
Willow took a stain earlier from accidentally killing somebody while feeding. So how this works is Willow is at humanity 7 and took 1 stain, and you have to roll the amount of blanks that are essentially in your humanity. And right now she only has 2. She rolls 2d10, rolls 2 regular dice. She needs at least 1 success to keep her humanity.
50-50 chance.
So it's a 50-50 chance that she may lose a humanity. Last time, the dice were in her favor. This time, we don't know. So Willow, I would like you to roll 2d10, and you need at least 1 success.
I have 1 success.
Okay.
Ooh.
Your
The other was
humanity
not.
remains at humanity 7, and it
We'll see
doesn't
how long.
drop to Dorian's level.
We've got a lot to play. I've still got a decent.
I'm not
enough
dropped to
play.
your level.
You're
yet,
not
Dorian.
as you're not as inhumane as Dorian.
Yeah, I mean, it could be
Who's
worse. You
at
could be as
humanity
inhumane
6?
as
6.
Dorian.
Yeah, because Diablerie, you don't take a stain. You straight up drop a humanity
drop it, yeah.
and for doing that.
Damn.
So if you do a lot of it, which your mother, you could drop humanity. Whew.
Is that why her
so-
eyes were red?
Yes,
to
that is why her
know.
eyes. Once you get past humanity 5, your eyes turn red.
Wow. Wait,
Or,
hold
yeah.
Oh,
on.
like so at
Maybe
4
I
or
want
at
lower
5?
him.
I think it's at 4. It might be. It's either 4 or at 5. It might be at humanity 4. Your eyes turn red. I'll have to
Got a
check.
ways to
So
go.
it's not all cons.
Yeah, but we were reading, there are some penalties, Dorian. I actually realized it's harder for you to keep food when you rouse check and you want to like eat and drink.
Oh, and the other
it's
thing.
hard. Yeah, it's
And
harder for you.
also you can no longer have sex. You have to fake it.
That is it.
So,
He's got
R.I.P.
kids.
Dorian's like, oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Poor Dorian's wife. She's
Or maybe good for Dorian's wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is where we close the curtain for today. We will be back with Ancestral Blood in 2 weeks' time. So not
2
next
weeks.
Friday, but the following Friday, and beginning our session with meeting Portia. So stay tuned for that when that happens. And of course, the schedule for next week is Tuesday, we have the premiere of Ignite Recall, our new Scum and Villainy campaign. So tune into that. Wednesday, we return with our Monster of the Week campaign. I think this is episode 4 for us.
Yeah.
And then Thursday, we
This will
have
be 5.
our-
That will
this
be
is
5.
1, 2, yeah, because I did I thought,
'Cause it was 3 episodes
right,
fighting
yes.
fighting the Gomus.
yes. So
The
we're at
Gomos.
episode 5. Wow,
The
we're already
Gumo?
already
The
5 weeks in.
Gumo.
The Gumo.
And then Thursday, we have our Fallout one-shot. So tune in for that as well. And that's the schedule for next week. So hope to see you all then. But if not, we'll see you for the next episode of Ancestral Blood. Good night, everybody. And don't let the beast
Bye.
win.
Don't kill people.
Don't kill people.